Number 7 is a big one. I wanted to start out 2024 with some goal setting, and I have definitely made multiple goals lists in my life, so I'm definitely no stranger to writing a goals list. But this year is different. This year, I really wanted to make some goals that I could keep with me throughout the year and kind of remind myself regularly of the things that I want to do rather than just make the goal and forget about it. So I've made some goals that I can actively work towards every day or every week rather than stuff that's just like, oh yeah, I've done it and like tick it off. So I wanted to share those with you as like a video diary to myself to keep myself accountable and generally just try and keep on track, because if I have learned anything about myself over the last 26 years and especially the last 11 months of being a mother, I really struggle. I really struggle. No, I struggle to give myself a break about not achieving things in a certain time frame, or over promising things and under delivering when it comes to myself. I don't give myself the same grace. That's what I mean. I don't give myself the same grace when it comes to goal setting. I really beat myself up about it. And I've decided to talk to myself as if I was my best friend telling me something. So if I was really upset about something or I was really disappointed with something that I did, I am going to tell myself that I did my best and I'm going to really pump myself up, because that's what my best friends would do. So this year, with my goal setting and all of that in mind, these are my 2024 goals. Number 1 is to keep up with the Habit Share app. It's an app that is super simple. You just add in the title of what you want to keep up with, give it a description. You can put in how often you want to do it, daily, weekly, whatever. And then every day you can set reminders as well. And then every day you go into the app and you click on the day of the week and you say yes, no, or skip. So if you weren't planning on doing it that day, for example, like exercise, walk, whatever, you just press skip. And it doesn't affect your streak or anything like that. So you can have, it gives you a streak, so it tells you how many days in a row you've done it for. It gives you a percentage, so like of the week, how many days did you do it, that sort of thing. It's helped so much. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm also tracking like the kids, how many times they sleep through the night, because it really helps to be like, okay, last night they didn't have a good night, so today might be a bit difficult, or they haven't slept consecutively through the night in a few days. Maybe there's something going on. I find it really helpful. I really want to make them attainable and not overwhelm myself with just too many things. So I want to keep up with that. And so far in the last couple of weeks, I think I've definitely updated it every day. I've not done everything every day, but I've updated the app every day, which is a win for me. So number 2 is to meal prep for the kids' food. I want to batch cook a bunch of food that I can just take out of the fridge or the freezer and defrost like before they have it, rather than have to think every day, what are they going to eat? It needs to be nutritious. It needs to be hate it. I can't even do that for myself, like thinking about nutritious meals. I just eat the food that I want to eat, and I have, what's it called? I think it's called hyperfixation meals, where just go through phases of loving the same thing. So I'll have it like 2 or 3 times a week. Ed's not really the same, so he'll get bored of something quite quickly, whereas I won't. But I can't really do that for the kids because we like quite spicy, quite rich. What's the other word I was looking for? Salty. I'm a real salt girl. I love my salt, and I can't put salt on the kids' food. So I can either not cook with it and give them the stuff that we're having, but there are other things that we can't give them. Also, we follow a plant-based diet, so there's that added extra bit of, I need to make sure they're getting enough protein, iron, all of that stuff. And I know how to do that because I actually do, I do have a diploma in nutrition, and vegan nutrition, but I don't have the energy to pull all that from my brain. So it stresses me out. Anyway, I'm going to make a plan for the next week to do some research and do some food prepping and stuff, because they're eating so much more and they're about to drop a bottle. Like, actually, they have technically, I guess they have dropped it. That's what I'm going to work on. I'm going to work on meal prepping food for the kids I'm going to try and do it every 2 weeks so that they've got like 2 weeks worth of batch cooked meals that I can just take out of the fridge or freezer, and then cook loads more like at the weekend, every other week. So number 3 is make time for me and make sure that I'm taking time to read my Kindle, because editing Zoe here. Hi. I started going off on a tangent here about audiobooks for some reason. But what I meant to say was like not just reading a book, but to do my skincare and like pamper myself a bit, like do my nails and like stuff like that, things that make me happy and just kind of make me concentrate on something that isn't the kids and makes me feel good. That's what I mean by taking time for myself. I'll let past me take over now. I have audiobooks which I listen to pretty much whenever I'm not doing anything with the kids. So if I'm washing up or I'm just cleaning the kitchen or I'm making bottles or whatever, I will have every opportunity I possibly can to press play on that book. But with reading, I don't really get the time out. So I am trying to add that into my day. I've had many, many, many days now where I've had to press no on the Habit Share app to say whether I've been reading or not, whether I've read or not that day from my Kindle. And yeah, I've had to say no, and I think I've got like 11 days where I haven't read my Kindle now in a row, which is quite sad to me. So I'm trying to make room for that just before I go to bed. Trying not to have any screen time before bed as well is a massive thing. Number 4 is do more family designated activities. I want to be able to do more games and activities where we're all playing together that are obviously age appropriate for the kids. Because I'm finding that whenever, especially at the weekends, it's always, okay, let's go for this list of chores or these jobs or these DIYs and all of these things that we need to do. And when the kids are awake, one of us is looking after them and getting to play with them, and the other one is doing all the stuff, and then we swap. So we don't actually have like time together as a 4 to be able to do like fun things together. So I'm really excited to try and find some more activities and things that we can do all together. That's not necessarily going to cost loads of money, because I really need to make sure that we're spending time together, we're making those memories, and we're having loads of fun, but it's not going to cost an arm and a leg. The next one, so number 5, is do daily tidy ups. I actually have a list on our fridge which has nighttime routine, which is a bunch of daily tasks and things that we should do, or we try to do at night, so that we don't have to do them in the morning. That's what we're really trying to do at the moment, and we haven't, because it's been really crazy, like with Christmas and having loads of people over. So doing the daily tidy ups, getting back into that nighttime routine, it's just going to be so much better for us as a family and like the way our household runs. Getting back into that routine is just going to be really, really good. Number 6 is to make more videos documenting my motherhood journey, because that's what this kind of started out as. I say kind of. This is what this started out as. And I don't really know how I want to do it in terms of like making a video. I found being a twin mum quite isolating in the beginning. There wasn't very many people around me. I just felt like I needed more. Eventually I found people who were kind of, their twins were in the middle, so 1 month older and 1 month younger than my 2, and that's been amazing. But I'd love to get to know more people online as well, because it's difficult to meet up. And if anything, like my twin mum group of friends, if it's anything like that, then it's so hard. Everyone is sick, or the schedules don't meet up, people are working, babies, like there are so many reasons why it just doesn't work to meet up, especially when the kids get to a point where they want to be moving. It's so difficult to do stuff. So being able to have like an online community and meet more people and stuff, it's just, I really, 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 really want to do that. And I can only do that through sharing my story. So I want to be able to do more videos where I'm talking about my experiences, but I call myself a bad storyteller. Now, going back to 20 minutes ago, Zoe, who was just talking about how she's going to speak to her like her best friend would speak to her, what I'm going to counter that with to myself is I'm not a bad storyteller. I just haven't found the vocabulary yet to explain or to share my story in a way that makes me feel like it's a good way of sharing it, or that it's beneficial to someone else. So I'm working on some scripts so that I could actually explain it and talk about it properly, as well as pulling pictures and videos and stuff from that time period that I'm talking about, because it brings back memories, and it also just kind of makes me feel like, yeah, I am valid in the feelings that I had, and that was a really shitty time. Like, no wonder I needed therapy this year. So yeah, anyway, it's I really really want to do that, and I'm excited to do that, but I don't really know how to, like, a sit down video just doesn't feel like it's going to keep the attention span because it's such a long thing. So I was thinking about doing it like with time lapses of cleaning my house and just like going about my daily life, which was literally originally what I was planning to do. Number 7 is a big one. It is, do makeup and weddings because you love it. If you start to resent it, find another job. Now, I have been doing hair and makeup for weddings for coming on 8 years now, and I've never had the opportunity to do it full time, and I still don't, because although I was working it and I had a full-time job, at the beginning I didn't have a full-time job, it was my job, but I didn't have the experience or the quality of product to charge the kind of money that I should have been charging. And the jobs that I got were not that great. And the people that I had right in the beginning, the clients I had, were people that had the budget for what I was charging, but they weren't my people, if that makes sense. Like, not to be rude or anything, like seriously, not to be rude. I know everyone has different budgets and stuff, but it was really disheartening and I started to resent it. So I got another job, and then eventually I got a 9 to 5, and then eventually I was doing more of it, and my prices went up, my clientele got better and nicer, and I started to really, really enjoy it. But I was working, I think it was 2019, I worked something like 47 days in a row over the summer because of working 9 to 5 and then having like Monday to Friday and then working weekends both days. It was exhausting, I was burning out. And then COVID happened. It kind of just made me step back because I had been flip-flopping. I had done like loads of marketing. For example, 2018, I did loads of marketing. 2019, I was completely rammed. I did no marketing. 2020, I had 2 weddings booked. That was it. When we went into 2020 in February, when the lockdowns, everything happened, I had 2 weddings booked. And I was like, okay, well, it's fine because, you know, everyone, it will start picking up soon, blah, blah, blah. And then obviously COVID happened. And from there, it's just kind of been like recovery. But I haven't been able to do the things that I've really wanted to do. I have not had the energies in the right places. I have not had the right balance of the energies in the right places. So now, with not having a 9 to 5:30, as in not having a employed job, I am a stay-at-home mum who does not get paid to do that, even though it is the most intense job ever. I have to choose makeup and weddings or find a job that works around the kids for the hours that I need, for the money that I need. And that's it. Like, those are the 2 options. In August, if I haven't got like 2025 booked up, like, and things are looking really, really positive in that time period, I'm going to have to decide whether or not I pack it in. And I have to find a job because in September, the kids start going to nursery, but they can't go to nursery unless I'm working 15 hours on average a week. If I'm self-employed, it's 15 hours on average over the year. So I need to start like calculating my hours and stuff, like how much time I actually spend on it. And if it averages out 15 hours, then amazing, I can carry on doing that. But if it doesn't, I have to seriously look at it and think, what is this going to benefit me? If I'm gaining a day and a half, 2.5 days with the kids being in nursery, what am I doing with my time? Like, am I going to spend that time doing makeup jobs? Am I going to say, well, am I going to find a makeup agency or something like that and say, well, I'm free on a Monday now and a Friday and all of this, and, you know, go off to London and do like photo shoots and stuff like that? Am I going to do that type of work? Because I would absolutely love to. In my dream world, I would be doing that. But the reality is, I'm self-employed. I have to find the jobs. So something I started a few weeks ago, is I contacted some companies locally who already have teams of makeup artists that do weddings. So I can get on their books and they can give me the job. So they take a percentage and I go and do the work. And that will really help me to be able to keep doing makeup, up my hours, and also not have to spend all my energy finding the jobs and doing all of that stuff. That's what I've done to kind of help that goal go a bit further, rather than just sitting back and waiting and being like, well, if I post an Instagram reel at this time of day, then I'm going to get more. No. What I want to do is be really proactive about what I can actually do. What can I actually achieve in the time frame that I've given myself? So that's why that goal is on there. So 2024 is going to be an interesting one. I've got my goals set up. I need to add a few to the Habit Share app actually, so I can like keep track of, especially like the daily one. But I want to check in with myself like every week to say, have I done X, Y, and Z to go towards increasing, like to get to my makeup goal? I'm going to see what happens and we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm excited about 2024. They're turning 1 in February, which is just mad. It's been a year, a whole year of them. Like, it's just insane. So we're gonna have their birthday party. My mum is coming over for a week in January, which is really nice. So that's it for today. Those are my 2024 goals. I'm really excited about getting on with them, and I'm gonna go clean my house because I've got a few hours with no people in the house. Yeah, I want to get on with it. I want to just get started. Definitely keeping on my sick covered top, mascara under my eyes, and dirty hair. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!